Hello and welcome to another Wineword Italy review. Today I'm looking at the last two of the 6 wines sent to me by Benanti in Sicily. Today both wines are Sicilia IGTs. The first we look at is this one here. It's a white. It's called Edèlmio Sicilia IGT Bianco. In the case of today's wine, it's a 2007. There it is. And it's a blend of Carricante and Chardonnay grapes, which are cultivated on the eastern and northern slopes of Etna. The grapes are selectively hand harvested. The bunches are pressed whole, and fermentation is carried out between 20 and 23 degrees centigrade in casks. The wine is left to mature in the same casks for at least 1 year. It's then bottle refined for at least 6 to 8 months, and when all is said and done, alcohol comes out 12.5 to 13. This one 13%. Smells fine. Oh, goodness, remarkable. Good smell there, more than you expect from a wine. Let's pop some in the glass and see how this actual wine looks. Here we go. Let's have a look at that. I hope you're getting the colour there. Lots of light coming through from behind. It's a nice pale yellow. Okay. There it is. Now then, it's an interesting thought. There are very few places in Italy or in Europe where it's not actually necessary to graft grapes, grapevines, to protect them from disease. But Etna is one of those few areas. Strangely enough, the area around here, the Bosco Aliceo area, is another place where theoretically it's not necessary to graft the grapes, although in practice the vast majority of producers do. It's not worth the risk. You plant several thousand vines, you get disease, you lose the lot, so it's better to play safe than sorry. But because of the sand quantity here in the coastal strip of Ferrara province, very low clay, and therefore much less risk of mould, disease, and so on. The same applies on Etna. Okay, so here it is. Let's pop the nose in. I can already smell the fruitiness coming out of there. Oh my word, green apples. Even a citrusy hint there too. There's a slightly sharper bitter end. What are we getting there? Almost aniseedy kind of sensation on the end, but certainly big appley, ripe green apples. My word, that's mouth-watering. There's possibly a hint of almond at the end there as well. All right, well, mouth-watering. Let's get a taste going, see what we got in the glass. Cin-cin. Well, it's dry, not cuttingly dry as some might be, but it's still full flavour for a white. And a delightful aftertaste, which is that's where the aniseedy and the slightly bitter almondy taste is coming in. But the all-round flavour there, it's quite fruity, but very dry. And every time you take a sip, you've got this wonderful appley nose that really is a pleasure to drink. My goodness. I have to say, I had a look on internet to see if there were any other reviews, and I couldn't find any, certainly not in English, of this particular wine, so maybe this is the first one in English. certainly good. Well, 12 to 14 degrees is the best serving temperature. I've had this one in the fridge. It wasn't really necessary because it's that cold in the back kitchen where I keep these wines. It was probably only about that temperature anyway, but never mind. What would you serve it with? Well, obviously a fish dish, but I would suggest, why not something like a chicken casserole? A light meat, like chicken, casserole, not too fatty, not too much oil in there, lots of vegetables, and a glass of this to wash it down. I think that would be superb. So that's my suggestion for this one. So here it is. Can't stop sipping that. Okay, Benanti. That is www.vinicolabenanti.it. This is their Edèlmio, and this one is a 2007 harvest. Dry, good fruity nose, perfect with fish, or why not that suggestion, a chicken casserole. Cin-cin. Here we are then with the last in the varied selection from Benanti. This is their Lamorèmio. Lamorèmio is a sort of play on words there. This is a Sicilia IGT Rosso. This one harvested, the grapes were harvested back in 2004. There it is. I hope that's come up nice and clear for you. This is another blend. This time it's Nerello Mascalese and Nero in the majority, with some Cabernet Sauvignon. The grapes are vinified separately with long maturation on the must, with skins in to maximise the colour, give it as much colour as possible. After fermentation, the wine is transferred into new 225 litre barriques and is left to mature for at least 18 months. Bottle refining is for a minimum of 10 months, and this one, a word for the cork there, the dark colour on the end of that. And there's the Benanti name and shield on there. Look at that. There we are. There's the cork. Okay. Let's see what we're getting. Pop some in the glass. Oh, superbly splendid glug, as we would expect. Let's have a look at this colour. Get some up the side of the glass there. Well, it's a ruby red, but there's more than a hint of garnet in there now. It's 7 years since these grapes were on the vine. The colour's maturing a little too, hopefully along with the flavours. So there's more than a hint of garnet in there, look at that. Although it's still got the depth of colour that you'd expect from a fresh wine. Okay, there it is. Let's see what we're getting in the nose. Oh, my goodness, close your eyes and float away. We're back in autumn or late summer. But you've got plums, oh, mouth-watering black cherries there too. Maybe a slightly sweeter fruitiness there, the blueberry even possibly. And on the end, coming towards the spicier side of things, as it's warming up here, opening up. What have we got? Maybe licorice. Oh dear, mouthwater or what? And the toasted wood. You can smell the toasting of the barrels coming through as a sort of vanilla tint to the back edge of that. That's lovely. Well, if those flavours go through into the taste too, I'm in for a treat. Cin-cin. actually quite tannic, but not unpleasant. My goodness, the flavour of the fruit comes through straight away. Dark fruit. It's almost like a cordial for a couple of moments there. And then at the end you've got the spicy notes coming through. It is very licoricey finish there. And vanilla. Well, that's a wonderful concoction. What a pity I'm drinking it on its own. Marvellous. Messrs Benanti. Okay, so serve it at about 18 degrees. It's probably just about that today. With roast or stewed meat, game or hard mature cheese, something like that. My suggestion, although, would be, how about putting it with braised lamb Sunday lunch? I think that would pair up nicely. You've got sort of the tannic element there. The full fruitiness would do away with the fatty content of the lamb and balance the flavour out splendidly. So, here it is, wine number 2 for today. Just another sip to make sure. There we go. Benanti, Lamorèmio Sicilia IGT Rosso 2004 Nerello Mascalese and Nero d'Avola blend with Cabernet Sauvignon. Once again, sincere thanks to all at Benanti for sending me these wines. Their website is www.vinicolabenanti.it. Cin-cin.